Our top story today is that neighbors in Kitchener are in shock after a house exploded yesterday. So there is now a crater where the two-story home once stood. A woman is dead and a man has been seriously injured. We are going now live to the blast site now with CTV's Christina Succi. Thank you for being with us this morning, Christina. Let's start with the latest on the investigation. Do officials have any idea yet what caused this?
Well, Priya, that is the question everyone is wondering here, why and how this could have happened in such a quiet residential neighborhood. Now, it's still very early on in the investigation, but police are simply calling this a death investigation, and fire commenting as far as it is suspicious because it is such a huge explosion in a residential neighborhood. But an investigation like this could take days, even weeks, to identify a cause, especially when there is a loss of life. But Waterloo Regional Police do say that the Ontario Fire Marshal is investigating, and again, very early on in the investigation, so no word yet on just what caused this explosion.
We're just looking at some of the images from yesterday, all the smoke and the flames just jumping around there. It's pretty unbelievable to see that. And we know the one woman has died. Is there any update on the man's condition?
Well, for the man's condition right now, he's still in critical condition. As we know, he was airlifted to a Hamilton hospital yesterday in critical condition, and that has not changed. And fire just saying he was in dire medical need when he was airlifted to hospital. Now, as for the woman, an autopsy will be underway in the next couple of days, so no word yet on her cause of death. But again, his condition is critical.
Now, for anyone who hasn't been to Kitchener or isn't from the area, can you tell us a little bit about the neighborhood and what you're hearing from people in that community?
Yeah, I certainly can, Priya. I spent the majority of the day here yesterday talking to different residents. I got them to kind of walk me through what this neighborhood is like. It's a very quiet neighborhood. A lot of empty nesters in this neighborhood, kids who have since moved on. A lot of houses here. It's a pretty dense neighborhood, a school just around the corner. So quiet, peaceful, things like this simply don't happen in this neighborhood. So I can tell you, when I was talking to residents, they were incredibly shocked. They were shaken by this news. Devastated, really. I did speak to some homeowners who have houses that actually back right onto the house that exploded, and they were so upset they could not speak to us on camera. And I asked them, are you okay? And they said they will be. Now, a lot of residents here did manage to witness parts of this explosion, and everything from it sounded like an airplane crashing into our backyard to fright of metal dropping on the ground to rolling thunder to feeling like it was an earthquake. We've really heard it all, but very common reaction here is shock, devastation, and of course confusion on how this explosion just could have happened and how it was so extreme and so powerful in this quiet neighborhood.
There's certainly still a lot of questions remaining here. We'll continue to follow the story. Thanks for the update this morning. That was Christina Succi joining us from Kitchener.